All right. What is up, Bruno?
Good evening. How are you?
Good evening. I'm great. How are you?
I'm very good.
Long time no see, long time no speak. Few things
Yes.
changed since last time when we were curious what's gonna happen to Quake Champions in 2024 and what is the future. And we're gonna speak about that too a bit later. But we also found out there's Project Velocity going. Uh, I went to some research for that and I went up to the November where DDK was doing a podcast with Rapha about his career, and he kind of touched this subject about Project Velocity.
Yeah.
Um, the thing why I invited you and I wanted to speak with you about it is because I hope you know a bit more. Because as far as I did the research and as much I digged into the subject, I also found some Reddit subjects about it, and people were curious like, what is it about? When it's gonna start? How much is the prize pool? Like all the info because it's super like difficult to find any information.
Yeah, I agree. Even though they have a website with a lot of the information,
Mhm,
usually they're not being super open
mhm,
communicating. Like they have the Discord, they have the Twitter, they have their website. They're not being super direct with the communication. A lot of
mhm,
their communication with the community has been through hype
mhm,
videos and hype tweets,
mhm,
but not a lot of specific information. So hopefully we can find out some
mhm.
information today.
Okay, because they already announced that they want to do like NA EU split for
Yeah,
Quake Live Joule, and it's gonna be like 250 euro per month for EU, and same
and the
or
same
like
for NA.
and same for NA. All right.
Yeah.
So and it's gonna be more like tournaments per month, right? There is no like qualifications leading up to it. You're just signing up because they already have the site open for that.
Yeah.
And you're just playing once per month. There's tournament for 250. And there is also I also found on their Twitter that there's Patreon. They started, so you can be their Patreon, so you can kind of like buy subscription for a certain amount of money and then get the probably access to a bit more of the I don't know of the show
Yeah.
or the because they call it this exhibition match, right? And I also found out that the first exhibition matches won't be streamed, right? So maybe
Yeah, they have
that's
a cup. I think it's this weekend, right?
I'm not sure. So maybe that's the content they want to like upload only to the Patreons or something like that.
Maybe. I think apparently it's tomorrow. The exhibition cup is Saturday. So for us it's tomorrow. For when the video comes out, maybe it's already gone. We'll see.
That's a good point. I didn't even think about it. So we're actually talking, and probably the exhibition match will be already over when we're gonna upload it because I
Yeah.
don't think anyone at Endpoint gonna work on that during weekend. So probably it's gonna be yeah. So it's gonna be after the exhibition match. Is it EU or NA starts?
Exhibition match is gonna be only NA.
All right. So
And apparently there's not gonna be like an official stream. I assume most of the players, because they've been getting a lot of players to play that, like
mhm,
almost 50 signups. I assume it's gonna be streamed by players, but I'm not
mhm.
sure why they aren't streaming it
All right.
because it's the exhibition, right? It's to
Mhm,
show off their own three maps, so
mhm.
it would make sense to exhibit it themselves instead of.
Okay, so the owner
We'll
of
see.
this project is Codydragon, I found out,
Yeah.
and it's familiar nickname to me. I think he was close to the FPS and Quake arena for all over the years. And I also found out it's on
Hmm.
their website. There's like quick interview with him, and I read through the questions, and it seems like he just kind of wants to get the FPS going, and his goal is to mainly like do it like in Formula One, he said. And his tweets also say like it's like from 2023 to like eternity, so it's like it means like it's some long-term project or something like that.
Hmm. So Formula One, what I think it means is that he wants it to be like with a lot of stats, a lot of
Mhm,
data for people,
mhm,
since they've shown interest in that kind of
mhm,
that they wanted to showcase how they
mhm.
they want to make it all work with the stats and
Mhm.
statistics. I'm curious actually how they're gonna make it work.
And he probably wants to get sponsors who are really tight with esport or with the subject. So, for example,
Mm-hmm.
Formula One has Rolex. Basically, it's like time related, and Formula One is all about the time. So, I'm curious what is on his mind to with FPS and sponsors,
We
which
should
is
get
hard
watches
nowadays.
as well because
Watches as
we're all
well.
about timing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We can put the Rolex on our monitors and then
Yeah.
have easier time for timing. Yeah, but in general, I think like esports, like going downhill like this or like last year's, I would say compared to 2014 or 13, when there was like until 2018, or I would say like the until the time where we had everything closed. So I think it's super hard to like start any new project. So shout outs to him. It's just
Yeah.
like I really find it hard to find any information at all. So if Codydragon is like watching this, or if he would like to even jump on a podcast at some point and maybe get into the details, then I would appreciate it. From other side, like everything is so secretly so secret, and in this vibe of like you don't know what's gonna happen. Maybe that's the whole point of it. So people keep talking. There is like very limited information which is going out day by day, because every day they practically like doing like announcing something on Twitter. It just
Mm-hmm.
doesn't really like tell you anything straight. So maybe that's the goal of whole that. And even like all this like this graphic design, like it's like black and green. It's kind of like it's like it's like from metrics, so everything's like ciphered, and like it's nothing you know for granted. Do you know maybe something else, or what do you think about it in general?
I think you said a lot of the things. I'm curious to see because like they don't want to say too much
Hmm.
because they're scared that they might be promising too much and then not deliver. So I think
Hmm.
they're for now they've announced these three tournaments, right? The exhibition, which for us is tomorrow, and then
Hmm.
the first couple of EU Cups with $250.
Hmm.
And I think they're gonna see based on that and based how the show goes and the
Hmm.
response of the public, they will try to either bump that up to another level or see if they need to get uh, need to prepare things better or what they're gonna do to make the foundation better. Because as he said, he's in it for the long run. So maybe even if the first couple of cups aren't gonna go so well, they're just gonna try to fix it and then
Hmm.
keep moving forward.
Hmm. All right, did you briefly go through the signups for this weekend, or you didn't have time to check it out?
The signups for my I was checking them out mostly in Twitter. It's a lot of players, a lot of them
They
which are just
announcing one by
NA
one.
players.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're announcing with the setup. So what like for how little money it is,
Hmm.
they've done an amazing job at the marketing side of things,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? Because especially now, because the timing is perfect, because there's nothing announced for Quake
Of
Champions,
course.
and
Hmm.
everyone is playing Quake Live as we're speaking. Rapha, I think he has currently like 1,000 viewers on Quake Live, or
Hmm.
he had like 10 minutes ago because he was playing some
Hmm.
Quake Live. Everyone's playing Quake Live, so I think the marketing side of things has been really great.
I think marketing is fantastic. Honestly, just
Yeah,
think about it. I just opened the challenge website where is signups for January 6th. So it's like tomorrow. And it's apparently
$43.
it's NA1.
Yeah.
So the price pool says it's $100, actually not 250. So maybe that's a mistake,
Yeah,
or
the exhibition cup is gonna be 100,
all right.
and then the other
Yeah.
two are gonna be
So
250.
imagine now how much work have been put to like announce every single player, like every single like noticeable player, let's say. So like DDK, Grego, like we know Grego from Overwatch. He used to play Quake before. We got DDK. So they were announcing them one by one with the
Hmm.
photos, with some like short introduction. Imagine now
And
you
their
got
and their
imagine
gear and stuff.
yeah, yeah, or something like that. Imagine now you got a Stotic app, which is going week by week for $100. Imagine him like going through the players and like
Yeah,
posting pictures like every single week. It's like
too much
crazy.
work.
It's crazy amount of work for like for like project like this. So this is like the marketing is like super B. So I think if there's something bigger going on, it's also gonna be on point.
Yeah,
It just
hopefully.
shows like they put
I was just
a lot
hoping.
of effort.
Yeah, I was just hoping they would stream this exhibition cup so I could
Mhm.
see what their like a general show production quality is
Mhm.
gonna be like. what the vibe of it will be, but it seems that they're not gonna stream this one just yet.
Mhm.
But we'll have to wait until the next 3 weeks to see how the other ones go.
Mhm. It says additional peripheral pricing provided by ESP Tiger and
Hmm.
Edisol NC. So it seems like they already got some like sponsors, like some small sponsors. So it's good. What I think they not streaming that because maybe they want to start out with proper stream like with casters.
Yeah.
So I think DDK gonna be casting for them with someone else.
I mean, if we look at their Discord, there are two people who have the caster role, and it's
Mhm.
DDK and Zoot.
Mhm.
And given how professional both DDK and Zoot are,
Mhm.
they're I would assume that they approach them
Mhm.
already.
Yeah,
Because like,
definitely.
there's no way Zoot or DDK would like be listed as casters, given how big their statue,
Mhm.
their name is.
Especially that DDK has a lot of work for himself and looking
Yeah,
for like jobs. And second of all, Zoot is so out of the industry that he wouldn't be even there if they didn't approach him.
yeah. Like Zoot, I think it was like last night or 2 nights ago. I was watching Rapha play on a server, and he came on the server. I immediately asked him, "Are you gonna cast Project Velocity?" And he said, "No idea yet." And for
Mhm.
me, that's the corporate version of yes.
Yeah,
So Zoot confirmed.
exactly. So this is why there is no stream because DDK gonna like play the exhibition
Yeah,
match. He kinda gonna
and
promote it with his name, etc. So I think for the first matches they don't want casters at all,
yeah,
and then they're gonna start with the later stage. We also have Leaf, which signed up. Yeah, we got a lot of like old school persons, which mean a lot in esports industry or in other
and some
industries
people
at
who
the
have
moment.
like a lot of followers as well on Twitter. Like Lex
Yeah,
is
and
always
like
on Twitter.
yeah, and
Joe
like Leaf.
Bars, older Quake player, Airbucks,
Yeah,
Search Enzo, Quake Champions,
yeah,
people from Diabolical as well. There's a lot of players, like really a lot of players. 43 players for $100 tournament in NA. It's
yeah,
quite a lot.
yeah.
There is
That's
one thing missing though:
yeah.
a good tier 2 player.
A good tier two player? What do you mean?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of names here,
Yeah.
but I can think of at least like 30 different players in EU who would win this
Mm-hmm.
cup easily,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And I think since all the competitive players moved to EU, I'm surprised to not see people like Dramis,
yeah,
Cygib,
yeah.
etc. sign up to win this. Like
There's
Yennam,
yeah,
Effortless, where are they?
exactly. There's a lot of like good NA players missing, and they missing out because like Rafa is not there. He's in EU.
Yeah,
I
now they need a new hero.
yeah. I don't think Rafa gonna play the first two ones, like the exhibition ones, because he's gonna be traveling. Like that's what he said, at least.
Hmm.
So, and how do you see it? Like, mm, okay, how do you see it like in skill wise? Because like we got some players who were stuck in QL, or they tried like QC in the beginning and they
Yeah,
couldn't really, either play it or they didn't like the game or they couldn't like get the good level in it. So and they stuck in like quick life. For example, you got this like Belarusian guy cYpheR, right? Who
yeah.
should be
Cyber's
like
not gonna play. He will
why?
not play. Cyber does not play tournaments.
Why?
I don't know.
For
Cyber
real?
is, yeah, for how talented Cyber is, he does not have the mental to play tournaments. Because if someone plus backs versus him for one frag, that's it. He's lost it.
Oh.
He will not sign up for a tournament ever. Even the Resp League, right? There
Mhm.
was that Resp tournament about a couple of months ago where Agent and Cypher played was like 1K or 2K price pool,
But that
and
was quick life, right?
Cyber, yeah,
Yeah.
Cyber was invited and he just didn't participate. He cannot play cups. I don't know why.
Oh, okay.
It's too bad. But the overall skill level right now, it should be pretty clear. It's like Agent on top ahead of everyone else, and then there's like,
Exactly, because he kind of never stopped playing Quick Life.
yeah, I mean,
He
he play
continued.
Diabolical instead of Quake Lab, which is the same thing.
Yeah.
So
He
his mechanics and his timing is still there. I mean, mechanics.
Yeah, and let's be honest, like time flies. Like I didn't even realize, but last time I played Quake Live was exactly 11 years ago.
Holy crap!
That was
Oh, I
exactly 11
remember
years ago.
your retirement
No,
with
no, I still play.
the
I
show
still
with Wu.
No, I still played after that for a year. So
Yeah,
I I announced retirement in 2012. Then
yeah,
I stopped playing, but then I went back for like one Faceit tournament made by Too Good and the next DreamHack 2013. And after that, I completely stopped playing in 2013. I didn't play for
damn.
like few years, and then I came back to the Overwatch. Then I came back to the Quake Champions after that. So the last time I played in 2013, and it was 11 years ago. So assuming Rapha played for what, like maybe 3 years more than me,
I
and
think Rapha
cYpheR.
hasn't played Quake Live for 8 years.
Yeah, I think Rapha didn't play for like 7 or 8 years. So that's that's amazing, man. It's like the time I didn't play was bigger than the time I played total of Quake 3,
Yeah.
Quake Live, and Quake 4. So, it's like for some people, there is not even a way back because you got players like Agent, for example, who kept playing for this 10 years. So, look how many like weeks or even months you need to catch up to that level. So, I think Rafa will need at least like few months to like catch
Yeah,
up with
at least a couple of
Agent.
months just
Yeah.
to get back to feeling the game better.
Of
Because right
playing,
now, like,
I would say of playing only Quake Live because
yeah,
I don't think mixing between Quake Live and Quake Champions
it's too
gonna do any
different.
good for you because it's too different, like too much like adjusting and everything. You need to be in the zone with your mind and with your hands, with everything. You need to feel perfectly. So I
Yeah,
don't think mixing is really good. And the problem is that soon we're gonna have like multiple announcements for Quake Champions, like for tournaments and leagues and everything. So
yeah,
now it's for sure that Rafa never gonna play Quake Live only. He will have to play Quake Champions because he also like is signed for Liquid and he has to participate. So for him it's gonna be extremely hard, I think, to achieve like any like championship level in Quake Live. But I can't wait for him to
unless he
prove me
wants to
wrong.
compromise his Quake Champion level.
Unless, but
And right now, if he had to choose between Quake Live and Quake Champions, because right now we still don't have the information, right, for Quake Champions, like you
yeah,
said, like
yeah.
King Khan's gonna be announced eventually. The Foundry maybe wants to do
hmm
more,
Iron
and
Fist and
Iron
yeah,
Fist as
yeah.
well. So until something more concrete is announced for Quake Live,
hmm
it, it wouldn't really make sense for Rafa to start try hard in Quake Live. Right now he's playing Quake Live because there's nothing really announced. There's just these
hmm
small things for Quake Live,
hmm
and it's fine for him to play. But if he wants to, actually get back on his own level and agent level and
hmm
challenge him, he would have to quit a
Yeah,
lot of the Quake Champions. And right now it's not worth it.
yeah. I'm also surprised that cYpheR didn't really come back for it yet. He loved Quick Life and he loved playing it, and maybe his because that I will be completely honest with you. My main point of this is if there is something more than that than what they already announced. Because if it's like 250 euro per month, it's gonna be super hard to get like top
Any
players
pros, yeah.
play it.
It's gonna be Agent versus Ash every
Yeah,
week,
the
every
only thing
month.
we are speaking about it is because it's not another regular 250 euro cap. It's something which builds up to something because you can clearly
Yeah,
see about this
exactly.
project, all those tweets, all this mystery. It makes me think that there is something huge coming up after that. And
Yeah,
I
and if
don't
you have
know.
their
Yeah.
website open, we can take a look at their roadmap, right?
hmm Let me
Because in
open
their
it.
roadmap right now we're on their supposed phase 1, which is every month there is
Yeah.
a cup for
Bi-weekly
NA and
cash
EU.
cap online tournaments, NA
Yeah,
and EU. Yeah.
that's what we have. And then the phase 2, which I guess it
And
will
it
only
also says
happen
that price
may
pool may
vary,
vary. Yeah.
so it can go lower
Or it can go
or
upper.
higher or
Yeah.
higher.
Yeah. I don't think it can go any lower, but it gives you like this is also like some kind of mystery. You don't know. It gives you hope that maybe they're gonna increase it or something. Okay, but what's phase 2 then?
Phase 2, as you can see, is open qualifiers, playing based online long format league. So something like QPL for Quake
hmm
Live, I suppose, and then land grind finals in key regions.
Ooh,
And players get support the travel and dodge and logic. That would be basically the QPL thing,
yeah, that's already sounds like good. If we know
or
like
like close to QPL. And then phase 3, the only thing that changes is relegation play, and then more land tournaments. So phase 3 would be like QPL a couple of years
QPL
ago.
later on, yeah. And then we got more, and more
More,
is more until eternity. I like it.
exactly.
I like it. I just want to know, like, because we know what stands behind phase 1. It's like 250. We
Yeah.
need to know what stands behind like phase 2. Like, you know.
More transparency would be very much appreciated, even if they don't actually end up doing those things.
hmm
But I would very much like to know what their plans might
hmm
be,
Don't you
so
think
that
like
we can
more?
all help
Yeah,
them achieve it.
yeah, more transparency would actually like make them like grow much faster because imagine they announcing like something like similar to QPL. So you got, for example, I don't know, 100k per season or whatever, together with land finals. and online and offline. Don't you think that would like bring like, as you said, players like from NA, like Dramis, Psyjip, like other
Yeah, it would
guys?
bring all of them, and
Yeah.
even the old
Or
Quake Live
even,
pros.
Strongsage coming back and trying like
Yeah,
another game. Or EU, like you would have probably cYpheR back. I don't think Cooler will be back for that. But, like even, I'm curious like what is Evil doing now? Like apparently he's in NA, so imagine like
I've
him
heard
playing
he's in
NA,
NA,
and like,
but I've
going
also
ham
heard a very
everyone.
strange rumor about Evil.
Yeah? Like
I've
what?
heard that he was like in a car accident a few years ago,
Hmm.
and he lost some functionality of his brain in that car accident.
Wasn't that
I don't
car?
know how much of this is actually just a stupid rumor,
Yeah.
but I hope that's not true. I hope he's just in NA and he's just
Hmm.
lost some of the passion that he had for Quake.
Hmm. I think he's in NA and he lost his passion because I
Yeah.
think this rumor came out from people who don't really know much about Evil. Evil actually had like very dangerous car accident.
Mm-hmm.
I think even someone died in that car, but that was back
Oh
in
wow.
when he was in Russia, and it completely changed his mind about the life and about the uh, about how to, because at some point Evil didn't really party, he didn't drink alcohol, he didn't smoke cigarettes, he
Mm-hmm.
became completely clean of all the drugs and like addictions, and like and that was after that car accident. Something snapped in his mind and he stopped doing all those kind of things, because that was the very like fun period in his life, and they had a really dangerous accident, and I think someone
Yeah,
even
near
died in
death
that car.
experiences.
So maybe people like confusing this
Yeah,
situation.
those two things, or someone trying to just
That was
stir the
already a long
pot with
time
some
ago,
weird
but
rumor.
he definitely changed after that. So I'm just
Okay.
after that I know that he moved to NA, and that was during the Quake Champions times.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know much, but yeah, that would be great to see him in NA and you
Yeah.
know
I
going
mean, he
ham.
would win every NA tournament
Yeah.
because given the players now.
Yeah, but you see, given information, he probably doesn't even know about it.
Yeah, definitely. Probably not.
So yeah. Um,
You were talking about cYpheR earlier, and I don't
yeah.
think cYpheR would be interested in this until the prize pool is at least 3 times bigger.
Hmm.
Because last time when they did the RASP thing, Agent was already grinding Quick Life. cYpheR didn't really have it installed. He installed it for like 2 weeks and he won it
Yeah.
easily because
Yeah.
he's cYpheR.
Yeah.
You know, this is
Yeah.
his thing.
He
He's not a
also
player
played,
that needs to
yeah, he
grind that
also
much. He just
played,
needs to
yeah,
feel it.
he also played from time to time, so he
Yeah,
wasn't like
he didn't
completely
completely
off.
stop.
So if you have someone who like touched the game a little bit, he can, like compete with Agent, for example, right?
Yeah. And there's also Claus. Like Claus has been grinding like 16 hours of Quick Life Clan Arena a day,
Yeah.
but he already said that he doesn't want to play duel. I
Uh,
don't know why,
yeah.
but he doesn't want to play duel.
He just
If
doesn't like it.
Cyber, I wish he would because you could actually take down Agent.
Yeah. You could actually have like so many good players, and it could be so much fun. Like imagine cYpheR, Claws, like I wish Cooler was back. I wish Evil was back. Like
What about
Agent
you?
Agent on top of it. As I said, I didn't play it for 11 years, and there's like
Okay, but you have 3 weeks, man.
in 3 weeks we're gonna play some like 2v2 cup, which is like bigger prize pool than this
That no, that's in a month
for
and a half.
for
It's
that
2 weeks
moment.
after this.
That's why I'm really curious about like phase two and how it's gonna look like,
Yeah.
because I know I know if we got information about this, so phase two, and it's if it will be good enough, I'm sure cYpheR will be back.
I think they're not
Imagine
giving
imagine
out too much
Strenx
information.
imagine Strenx coming back to Quake
Oh,
Live.
Strenx coming. I don't think it would take Strenx a long time to
Yeah,
adjust because like the only thing he needs to adjust is really his aim
yeah.
because he's like the depth of his game. He's also been always been very basic, very
Mhm.
good, strong, but very basic.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it wouldn't take him much to adjust
yeah,
to it.
yeah. I think it's
And
perfect game for him. Like he
yeah,
couldn't really switch to any other game except Quake Live, to be honest. Like the Quake Champions wasn't for him at all. He didn't really understand how to play the game. He was like completely off the game. Like he had no clue how to play the game.
seeing Strength right now makes me wonder. Like I think in 2 months he would be
Mhm.
he would be going versus Agent in the finals already.
Yeah, but imagine him like doing strings and like Like in good old days, like you had those
Yeah,
Zota caps, like for like
and
weekly,
Strenx is being
and
destroying all of them.
yeah, and Strenx was just farming those caps
Yeah,
on
farming evil, farming agent, farming
farming
powerball
cYpheR.
every single
Yeah,
league.
yeah, yep. He was crazy good online as well.
Yeah,
Strengths, yeah. Do you like now we have a bit more information and we are more smart about the game? Do you think maybe the part of him like being so strong online was because of his internet? Maybe he actually was like, you know, much harder to hit
I wouldn't say so. I
because his
think like
internet wasn't too good.
look at how the people that played online tournaments, right? Evil
Hmm.
played online tournaments, but sometimes cYpheR would play. But like you would never play an online tournament. Kilson would never play an online tournament. Rapha wouldn't play in the European online tournament. So Strenx, he was a top 6, top 8 player, right? He
Hmm.
was very, very good in that region. But online, you wouldn't really have any other
Hmm.
players in that
Hmm.
region to play. It was just Evil.
Yeah, but honestly, he was like winning like ridiculous amount of those
Yeah,
cups.
he won like over 100 of those cups, and there's only been like 150 of them. So most of them went to him.
Crazy, yeah.
He was just really, really good online.
Yeah. Who
I mean,
else?
online, who else?
Who else could be like there? Like I'm thinking about the old
Maybe
school
Gilson.
players. I think Gilson would like to try, but yeah, there's like this problem with Quake Champions players. I think they like majority gonna stay like with Quake Champions like after the announcements of like what's happening with Quake Champions because
Yeah,
we
I think
already know
all of
the.
them are just playing other games and waiting for Quake Champions announcement. And
Yeah.
this isn't enough prize money to
Mhm,
seduce them. If
mhm,
Phase 2 gets announced
mhm,
and it's like over 20k prize pool, then yeah, they would probably jump ship. But for
mhm.
now, probably not.
Yeah.
And since we're talking about Phase 2, I think the biggest reason why they don't want to say anything yet is because they don't have anything guaranteed. And
Mhm.
they're scared that if they start announcing stuff, like imagine they say, oh, we want to do like
Yeah.
100k.
Yeah.
And
Then
then when
people
they
gonna
announce it,
jump on it and
yeah,
eventually like lose time and
when
yeah.
they announced it and it's only 20k and people are going to be, oh, then I don't want to play anymore.
Mhm,
So they're kind of scared of, because they're probably waiting for how well Phase 1 does to convince
mhm,
most sponsors to jump ship, I suppose.
mhm.
But still, some transparency would be very much appreciated.
There's also some merch. I see.
Yeah. They have a lot of like
So
hoodies and mouse pads and stuff. So the way
if
to support them is on Patreon. You can buy their merch,
mhm. If you
and
want, yeah,
apparently
yeah,
it goes to the prize pool.
yeah. If you want to support them, just jump on it. And if you like something, you can buy and support Quick Life. I think Quick Life still has a lot of supporters. The thing I'm curious about is Quake is so much split. Like I think Quake is the most split like game like out of all.
Yep.
Like CS:GO is not
Quake.
as split. Like there was some split between like CS and CS 1.6 and then Source, and then between like CS:GO and very little people stayed with 1.6 because they hate the CS:GO. I think that's the same case with Quake Champions and Quake Life. Like there was like some group of people who legit hate new games like Quake Champions with new graphics with you got abilities, you got like multiple abilities, you got different movements. Like it's not for those hardcore people. Same with CS 1.6 and
Hmm.
CS:GO. But I think it's to the bigger degree with Quake.
Yeah.
And then you still have people who play Quake 1, Quake 2, Quake World.
Yep.
You got all
I was
those
gonna mention that
communities.
because in
Like
Quake you have like
crazy.
all of the active play AFPS player base is probably around 2.2k, 2.5k people, right? But
Hmm.
they're all split in like first different versions of Quake and
Hmm.
Quake clones, right? There's people in Quake 1, Quake 2, Quake 3, Quake 4, Quake Live, Quake Champions, Diabolical, Open Arena, Warsaw,
Hmm.
Zonotic, Nextwiz, etc.
Yeah, yeah,
Sorry, I already said like 13 different games,
yeah,
and then from regions, right? NA, EU, Australia,
yeah,
etc. And then in each single game, you have people who only play CTF, people who only play
yeah,
TDM, people
yeah,
who only
yeah,
play
yeah,
TDM
yeah.
2v2. Like it's super divided.
Oh my God. Imagine there was one game, 1v1, and all of them
And
would switch to that
all
game.
the 2.5, even if it's only 2.5k people, it would be
We
huge.
we already will be like 1/10 of the CS:GO or something.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
it's it's
crazy,
so divided. Even
crazy.
if you jump in Quake Champions right now, if you open the first page, you're given a choice between 13 different game modes,
Yeah.
and every single different game mode
Yeah, even
is
today I'm
makes the
gonna
game
play some
wildly
2v2.
different. Yeah, every single game mode in Quake Champions is too different. Every single game mode in Quake just changes the whole game completely, and people
Hmm.
really like their own specific niche.
Hmm.
Like there are people who still play Quake 3 Excessive Plus,
Yeah.
who is like that's like instagib CTF with like where a shotgun fires 13 rails or some weird stuff like that. And then you have people that play PQL in Quake Live, which is CPM, but not
Yeah.
exactly CPM. But those people won't play CPM; they'll only play
We
PQL. The
still
CPM
got
people
we
will
still
only
got
play
huge
CPM.
yeah we still got huge tournaments like Jahar is running this QH LAN.
Yeah,
Like still like every year I think he's coming over to Europe and that's crazy, man. And
and like
those people like probably have no clue about what's happening on QuakeCon and vice versa, like other way
you know, the
around.
worst part of that for me is that the game, even though it makes the game different, the
It's not
gaming
even that
basic is
different.
not that
Yeah,
different.
yeah. It's same
It's
kind of
items, it's the
people.
same
Yep.
weapon, it's the same weapons. The movement in the way the items are timed might change a bit, but it's the same weapons and overall the same principles. You could literally delete all those games, create a new Quake just with one or two game modes, and bring everyone in. But how are you gonna delete all the other games?
Yeah, that's the problem. You cannot really kill the game because people gonna hate you. And then
Yeah,
which game you're gonna kill? Like the
all of
most
them.
natural way is like to go with the newest game. Like it's
Yeah,
everywhere like this. There is CS:GO, you switch to CS:GO, right? You probably majority not sticking with say CS 1.6.
and even
So
now, CS:GO to CS2, what Valve did was just bring all the tournaments to
yeah.
CS2, and they told the community, okay, the game's gonna be terrible for maybe 1 or 2 years,
Mhm.
but we want everyone here so that we can find the most amount of bugs
It's
and then
same,
fix
yeah,
the most amount of
same
bugs.
with Overwatch. There is no problems like this in other games. Like
Yeah,
people just
everyone
like
just
easily
switches.
switch. Yeah,
But in Quake, you know, we're special. We're a special kind of
yeah,
special.
exactly. We are different kind of people. What I see also is like they doing reconstructions of all the maps they gonna use, right?
Yeah,
That's a cool thing.
I like that idea because you remember the Intel maps in
Hmm.
that
Yeah,
we
yeah,
had. It was cool because you can actually have the sponsors in the map.
yep,
And
exactly.
according to their Patreon page, if you donate or if you pledge
You're
to
gonna
one
be
of
there.
their tiers in Patreon, you can have your name on the map. And I think that's cool. It
That's super cool.
immortalizes
That's super
support,
cool.
especially for sponsors. It makes it really cool because people can keep seeing the sponsors inside
Or
the game.
imagine, for example, having a winner of some kind of like exhibition or like tournament or whatever final,
Yeah,
like having
immortalized on the map, really
yeah,
cool.
having the picture of that guy on like some main area on the map, like let's say
Yeah,
DM6, like Mega or like whatever. That will be super cool as well.
yeah, that would be fucking amazing.
Or like having some personalized things. Like I'm curious if they will try to do something, for example, like working with the game. So like trying to get access to the game and for example getting like making skins for weapons or like whatever, like going
I mean,
deeper.
you can make
Because
that already.
like you can see like they approaching the game from every single like angle. Okay, you
Yeah,
can make that already. So I'm curious if they gonna do like something like that as well.
the workshop in Quake Live allows you to do a lot of things, but
Hmm.
and the Quake Live is still like the server, since you're the one that makes servers as well, right?
Yeah.
So community hosts servers, so you can change almost all of the variables. You can't really change the netcode of the game or the way the engine works with things, but you can change a lot of the things in Quake Live. It's
Hmm.
still pretty customizable.
Hmm.
But now that I mentioned the servers, I do see a potential issue coming out. Not sure if you're aware, but do you remember back online 10, 12 years ago, a lot
Hmm.
of online cups were canceled because there was one guy that was DDoSing every competitive server in a lot
Whoa.
of the cups.
Honestly, I
And
don't remember that.
I mean, you didn't really play much online. So
Yeah.
yeah. And now I was playing last couple of days. Rapha has been streaming last couple of
I
days.
watched his
And
stream and he was speaking about DDoSing or
yeah,
whatever, but
basically after Rafa plays for 10 minutes, the guy just starts DDoSing every server he's in, and he's DDoSing a lot of high tier
for
servers.
real,
Yeah, like
that's
it's
a
really
thing?
impossible to play. The hard part about this is that Quake Live has community hosted servers, and community hosted servers are usually very cheap hosts
Hmm.
that have no security, right? So if Project Velocity wants to make sure they don't get DDoS, because that guy will almost definitely try to DDoS them, I would expect him to, after 10 or 12 years, to have found a better hobby, but it seems not. It's still
He's
is
still
this is where his
alive.
passion is. This is
He's
where his
still
passion is.
alive. I
So
hope,
maybe Project Velocity
hopefully,
has to invest in
hopefully
some
it's
better servers.
Yeah,
with
hopefully it's not
better
evil.
security. Hopefully it's not evil.
Yeah, like it's DDoSing revenge for Quake Champions,
Yeah,
where
maybe.
they DDoSed him, now he's DDoSing them. Jesus, so it can happen actually on this exhibition match?
Yeah, it's tomorrow, and if they haven't upgraded their servers to have better security, it most
Did
likely
the
will
guy
happen.
DDoS like servers for the specific players or just in general, like he
He
DDoSed?
was DDoSing a lot of high tier servers. Like my server got DDoSed a couple of times. Rapha's servers get DDoSed almost every time. Almost every time.
And what happens in the game then?
The game, like, no one can move basically. Everyone
What?
is perpetually 999. Like Rapha was playing Agent. He was somehow beating Agent yesterday,
Hmm.
and 2 minutes before the game finished, the server just dies. Basically, no one can move.
Whoa. That's crazy.
And yeah,
I haven't heard about that, but yeah, that's definitely
it's a
need to be
pretty big
like
problem.
it. Yeah, it needs like bigger check, basically like some kind of new,
So you just need
I don't
better
know,
better
new
servers with
dedicated
better
server.
security in
Yeah,
DDoS protection and
yeah.
stuff. That's what prevents Quake Champion servers from being DDoS. Basically, servers
Hmm.
are a little bit better because they're not
Okay.
community hosted like Quake Live.
Yeah. Anyway, I guess we will know something more only in the future. So
Yeah,
that's all I wanted to speak about. If we got anyone who's watching those like podcasts and is the bigger fan of Quake Live than Quake Champions, maybe you guys know something more or you have an idea how the project velocity can like evolve and like get better and grow. Do you agree with how their like, PR is going and like how they publishing things, or you think they should give you some more info, or maybe they cannot give you more info? But I'm definitely curious of like what's gonna happen with Quake Live, and I wish at some point Quake could be united at some point or whatever, because like
good luck.
we are all
We need a
like
new
niche
game,
games.
Quake
Yeah.
United.
Yep, Quake United, exactly. So that's it. I hope you guys had a great time and like see you in the next episode.